It's time!
With Bruce Buffer.
I mean, so getting back to my main point, if you're an MMA guy, if I buy the pay-per-view, this will be why I buy it, because I'm going to put a little coin, little cheddar on Conor, because I mean, I don't bet on fights. I feel that I can't. You know,
Same
we can't.
reason I don't.
We
It's
can't,
not that we can't.
but we
I
can't.
don't.
We choose not to, because there is. I mean,
We'll talk about it, but we don't do it. It's,
right.
it's
Well,
a principle.
there's a lot of money that you and I could be making, and we choose not to for moral standards, for principles. Do you know what I mean?
Listen, I absolutely agree with you. I mean, minimum 75% plus success rate if I bet on fights. Minimum.
Sure, no doubt about it. I mean, and that's not just because we're great combat
We know
minds.
the sport.
Well, also too, we know some things. We know who's had a bad weight cut. We know who got injured 6 weeks out, but decided, you know what, I'm going to go in there. I still think I can win the fight. So there are times where I see a line where it's a favorite of like minus 500, and even if they end up cashing and they win at that big favorite, I know that, you know, their MCL is torn or they have an issue here.
That's inside info.
Right, and I'm not comfortable going to the betting window with that. But man, I would be lying if I didn't say sometimes I'm privy to information that it's just like, dude, if I was a lesser moral person, I'd go out there and that betting line would shift dramatically after the bet was placed.
Yeah, I mean, because you put some good cash on it. But personally, it's just a morality factor. And, you know, again, I'm an equal opportunity announcer. I would feel like I'm doing an injustice to the great warriors that entered the UFC octagon if I even thought for 1 second that I had money on one of those fighters.
Right.
So I just have to do what I have to do.
And that's noble of you too, Bruce, because like honestly, like you don't announce anybody differently whether or not you think they're going to win or lose.
No.
Like your outcome or your work has nothing to do with the outcome of the fight or how it's perceived, in my opinion.
Simple. Every time I do interviews, I get asked by fans. The common question gets hit. Well, who do you pick? However they want to voice it.
Well,
May the best man or woman win. Cut, dry,
Right.
simple. On to the next thing.
Just last thing, real quick. Another reason why that is that way is because you gain access to these people. They gain access to you.
Mm-hmm.
What happens with coworkers? We form relationships. We form friendships.
There's a bond.
And it's not that you favor one fighter over the other. It's nothing like that. It's just we become friends with the people that we're around the most. And that is where it becomes very difficult. So when you want to go ahead, when someone says, "Hey Bruce, who do you think's going to win this fight?" Well, odds are, you know, both of those fighters intimately. It's very difficult to say, "Oh, I think fighter A is going to beat fighter B."
May the best
exactly.
man or woman win. I'll
Sure.
tell you one example in particular. I was so torn when the odds came out at like 20-1, Holly against Ronda.
Yeah.
When that first came out.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I was going to put 5,000 down on Holly because I just thought, these are amazing odds. She's a championship striker who's defended herself numerous times over 16 years. Ronda is an amazing competitor, but she's not the level of striking. And in this case, if she stays out, you know, I analyzed the whole thing and I thought,
Sure.
I'm going to put $5,000 and not tell anybody. I really was, TJ.
I understand that.
And I didn't.
I understand that.
And do I regret it? No.
Right.
No, I don't. I
Right.
don't.
No,
don't.
I understand.
I don't. Out of my morality feelings for my great warriors.